Chiefs Raiders. All right, so now we are into the late game window. What the NFL did was they tinkered with the schedule. The early games, the only games that have playoff implications are the Pats Jets and Texans Jags, because the Pats and Texans can flip and the Texans can fall out. They put all the other playoff implication games in the late window so that you wouldn't have one team win and then the other team saying later, oh, now we're going to rest everybody because we can't get in. They want the playoff, the teams fighting each other play at the same time. Raiders Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 13.5, over under 52.5. The Chiefs win, they clinch AFC number 1. If they lose and the Chargers win, they fall all the way to number 5. So lots of incentive to beat up on the Raiders here. Spencer Ware sounds like he's going to be back. I would imagine there's some sort of share in the backfield because Damian Williams has been playing well. The Raiders have been better at home, let's say. They're 2-5 on the road. At home, they've been pretty they've been fine. By the way, the over-under, 52.5. The last 5 for the Chiefs have gone over. 4 of the last 6 for Oakland's gone over. The reason Chiefs games go over is because their defense is horrible. It's horrible. Like, this is what – sometimes with this team, as good as they are on offense, you go, they can't stop anybody. Do I want to give 2 touchdowns with a team that can't stop anybody?
Yeah.
You do, though.
Yeah, I do.
Right.
I think I went with the Raiders against the spread. The Raiders have played – there have been stretches this year where the Raiders have played – you're like, okay, they're not too bad. And they've gone through a couple stretches lately where you say that, oh, okay, they beat the Steelers at home and they beat up on the Broncos at home. You're like, okay, all right, maybe this team isn't quite as bad as we thought, or at least they're figuring some things out. I guess that's what I'm going with here, because other than that, I don't see a whole lot of reason to pick Oakland against the spread, but especially because like Kansas City does have a lot to play for, and Kansas City is still really good, Right. But like a lot of these teams that are these top tier teams, the Rams and the Chiefs, the Saints, we've seen them struggle lately. They're not kind of the world beaters that they were earlier in the season. So that gives you a little bit of concern that some of these top-notch teams have already peaked, or they're not. At least they're not peaking right now.
Right.
So that's concerning, I think.
I think that I want to go over the Raiders. By the way, I said 2-5. They're 2-5 against the spread on the road, 1-6 straight up on the road. So here's the road schedule. They lost by a point at Denver. They lost by 8 at Miami. They lost by 16 at the Chargers. They lost by 31 at the Niners. They beat the Cardinals. They lost by 17 at Baltimore. They lost by 14 at Cincinnati. Like this team on the road, I don't know. I know we know they're not very good. I mean, I hear what you're saying. It's a lot of points, and the Chiefs have been, mortal lately, and they're not perfect, especially on defense. I think I'm laying the points. I think they have enough to play for that they're going to pile it on. So, all right. So you like the Raiders against the spread. We've got NFLPickwatch.com. 61% of the experts like the Chiefs giving the points. 50-50 among the fans with the point spread.
So this is kind of a tough one if you're going against the spread.
Yeah, I think you might be right.